gentlemen. How are you?
Good morning, Todd.
I'm so glad the Bismarck Tribune is on top of the whole Jason Aldean thing, getting Sheryl Crow's reaction. I like her music back in the 90s. I don't know what happened to I guess when you start using toilet paper by the square and telling everybody else they need to, you've appointed yourself to become the Karen of the world.
Oh, I remember when she did that. That was stupid, too.
Oh, my God. That was just the most asinine thing, but, whatever.
No.
You want to hit on Aldean first?
Well, sure, bring it on. Go for it.
All right, so obviously that's been in the news here, that his song, and I heard you guys talking about it yesterday, and then Daryl was talking about it in the afternoon, of course. CMT can't, they canceled Jason Aldean's song, Try That in a Small Town, and he's accused of being, the lyrics are racist, and he's encouraging gun violence. I'm not sure, Todd, how singing against knocking out old ladies and burning down city blocks and trying to harm police officers or rioting and looting, and all he did was use real video from the real things that the left did.
Yeah.
And they don't like that. And they're actually going on now, Todd, and saying the courthouse where this was filmed at in Columbia, Tennessee, he did that because a white mob lynched Henry Choate up there in 1927. Well, they filmed a whole bunch of Christmas, country Christmases there. Miley Cyrus filmed Hannah Montana. She's a big leftist. Maybe they'll try and cancel her now. And it was also noted by the company that did the filming for Aldean that Aldean didn't even pick the location and knew nothing about that. So,
which is kind of how that works anyway. So everybody that wants... And Aldean did not even write the song either. So if you're going to sit and play the blame game, at least put it in the right place.
Well, let's not forget that CMT is owned by Paramount, and Paramount has went woke a long time ago, and I'm sure that's probably more what happened than anything. The head honchos at Paramount, they don't know who their audience is, obviously, in country music. And they said, nope, we're not going to put this up, even though it's kind of funny. He showed actual video clips from the riots that were taking place, destroying this country for over a year. And they're calling that racist, violent, pick your narrative. But yet when it was happening, that was just peaceful protest. Nothing to see here.
And by the way, CMT is country's answer to MTV, and I mean that. I mean, obviously, you think of, oh, sure, they play videos, except they don't play that many videos. What do they play? And what are they playing at 9 o'clock this morning? Reruns of Roseanne for 3 hours. Mike and Molly, King of Queens, Last Man Standing. So they're playing Last Man Standing reruns, but are being this fussy about a music video they only would have played if they did play it between 3 and 9 a.m.
Yeah, CMT hasn't played videos for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, that's like MTV banning a video to now. Who cares?
Who cares, yeah.
Because you weren't going to see it anyway. They don't play them.
Funny that they don't get mad about, and there's songs all over right now that glorify, drug use, violence, sex, gang banging, using derogatory terms about people. They don't have a problem with that, but when a guy sings a song about what most normal people would want to do you want that stuff happening in your town? No, that's what the lyrics of the song are. I would certainly hope that would happen in a small town and people would do something.
Better not be a flag-waving patriot, that's for sure.
Well, let's listen to perspective, guys. Bismarck, which is, to me, not a small town, but in the rest of the world, Bismarck would be considered a small town.
Yeah.
And when those rioters, thugs, and criminals decided to come to Bismarck, North Dakota, Jamie can attest to this, and I'll let him, talk about that. But it did happen in a small town, and guess how they were met? Why don't you take that, Jamie?
Yeah, 2020, Antifa and BLM decided to roll in here with a couple busloads of people. And I'll tell you what, Todd, the bunch of the media, not you guys in particular, but said it was a peaceful protest. It was not. These people were complete jerks. They were aggressive, trying to start fights, but the whole main street of Bismarck was lined with people just like Jason Aldean was singing about, and they didn't get to wreck anything, because if they did, like he said, you'd probably got a boot up your rear end. And they were right in my face, screaming, calling me names. There were minorities there calling me white boy and other racist names. Oh, but we're the big racists, right? I should have actually videoed them. But
I did video some of them. Like, there's still a Facebook video because I rolled my convertible kind of just to the outside, but followed the little parade they were trying to do on Main. I wanted to get close enough to get audio, but far enough away to not become part of the parade, because no thanks. And it was not pretty, but I think they underestimated. I think they thought, well, we'll go into Podunk, and because you know what? Try that in a small town is a music video. Yeah, we live that every day if we need to. I mean, it's just nothing new here.
Word got out.
You're exactly right,
don't
Todd.
do it here.
Yeah, exactly.
Even go to Dickinson, they didn't show up.
Well, and they were gonna go to Sturgis. Are you kidding? Oh, I'm dying to see that.
I'd have went down
Please.
just to video that.
I will rent the limo to take you to Sturgis, and let's see if you last 5 seconds.
Hey, Jamie, I got one question. I'm betting there were several of you guys that were exercising your Second Amendment rights too.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, Clay, most of the guys had theirs concealed. I had it concealed, and I was open carrying. So, and I'll tell you what, when they saw that I had the open, they definitely zeroed in on me, and the hate was pouring in on me hard. They had me surrounded, but it was they were nuts, man. I'll tell you that. They were crazy people, and a guy felt like giving them the pimp hand when they were close to you like that. But you can't do that. I was waiting for one to give me one, but I would have returned it in tenfold had they actually attacked me. But they didn't want to do it. They tried that crap in the wrong town, just like Jason Aldean said. And one more thing, Todd. Shannon Watts, Aldean put a big thing out. Saying this song's not about racists and all that, which you're never going to appease the leftists, but. Of course, Shannon Watts comes out, she of Moms Demand Confiscation, said, Aldean simply wants to return to a time in America when, quote, good old boys could shoot or beat the S out of people who they think belonged in their town. Well, guess what? People who riot and wreck stuff and punch old ladies out, they don't belong in your town.
Exactly.
Would deserve that, actually, Shannon Watts.
Not like an out-of-touch Karen to make the whole thing screwed up, but there we are.
There's a bunch of other Karens here at Guns Down America claim Aldean's new song echoes the NRA's dangerous come and take them rhetoric and demonstrates how fully the NRA twisted our cultural perception of guns. Because, of course, the line in there, he says they think they're going to come and take his gun if he got from his grandpa. That's not going to happen. That's not dangerous rhetoric. That's the truth. We have a right to own, a civil right to own guns, and if you come and take it, you're damn right you might get shot doing it, as well you should.
Okay, now I got a question. 1 week ago today, it got real serious in North Dakota and Fargo. Was that about to be something much, much larger?
I don't know. I from what Drew Wrigley gave here the other day in his on Wednesday from his press conference, it kind of sounded like it. It's hard to say. That they said they're going to actually be releasing some more information on that, so we shall see if it was. It's definitely possible. They had a little street fair going on not far from there.
I mean, I'm just thinking that this really was intended to be something much, much larger that got nipped in the bud to an extent anyway. Could have been a lot worse.
That's kind of what I got, Todd, from watching the video and reading the transcripts there. The Inform had it. I hate to read that thing, but, I did. It sounded to me like Wrigley, without saying it, said this guy had planned on going down to the street fair in Fargo, and like Clay said today, he's going to have another press conference and say what he thought this guy's intentions were. And people were wondering when he was here. He's going to say how he got here, when he got here. And there's some questions asked about, I heard Daryl talking about it yesterday in the afternoon, your old quote unquote buddy Todd Hennon there, or Scott Hennon, Todd Hennon.
Hey,
he asked him if
careful with that.
Sorry, Todd.
Good grief.
Sorry, Todd. He said Hennon asked if the guns were legally purchased. A.G. Wrigley said, yeah, there's nothing in his criminal history to indicate that he couldn't illegally purchase these guns, so he didn't get them illegally. And then, of course, this other gal stands up, this April Baumgartner, reporter for the Inforum, says, is this going to prompt any conversations of laws about further restricting how much ammunition or what type of guns people can get?
You knew that was coming.
Oh, yeah.
There.
Yeah, like the guy started shooting Todd in his car. He was sitting in his car when he shot the first officers. You could have sat there with your quote hunting rifle with 4 rounds and did it, which would have probably been more deadly than a 223 anyways. But yeah, they're further restricting. They do that every other state, Todd. They restrict your ammo and your guns. It doesn't work. Hey, April Baumgarten, go to Chicago and tell me how that's working down there, and a number of other cities in here.
No
and Drew Wrigley said something, Clay. I don't know if you caught that, but you want to hit on that? What I'm getting at? Well,
basically, he said that there's something that, in a nutshell, he said there's something else we can do as far as laws go, but we're going to talk about that at a later time. And I think he's talking red flag laws, which I'm totally against, as should be any patriot. Red flag laws don't give you due process, never can, never will. And I imagine that's maybe one thing. They, again, wouldn't have done anything here. They really wouldn't have, because nothing showed up in his background. So, and, the background check was the utopia of the anti-gunners for a long time. They have it. Guess what? It didn't work.
Meanwhile, sales are brisk right now.
What's that? I didn't catch that.
What's that, Todd?
Sales are rather brisk right now. And I don't think they're going to let up anytime soon. And I'm not just talking North Dakota here.
You're absolutely right.
Bring it.
Yeah, June was the 47th month in a row that gun sales exceeded 1 million. 1 million. That figure came in at 1,110,696. That was actually a drop from 2022, Todd, by 19.6%. But we got Biden's economy here and inflation and money's tight, so I think hey, over 1 million guns is still doing pretty good. But July is traditionally like the slowest month for gun sales, so I don't know if we're going to reach 48. We'll see if we do. Hey, I'm hoping we do. The economy here in the pocketbook has stopped me from not necessarily buying another gun. But I was looking at a suppressor, and I'm kind of holding off on that. But I might just say to heck with it and buy one because they're worth it.
Just do it.
I don't know.
Be ready.
You only live once, right, Todd?
Don't be a weenie. You can't take the money to have it or hell. You might as well spend it here anyway.
Right.
Just saying.
Right.
Guns in the 701. When's the new stuff drop?
Of course, everything's going to come out on Wednesday at our live stream. It's up on the website, www.gunsin701.com. And never forget iHeart app. You can catch all of our stuff, including this show in the crosshairs, which will be taking place here on Monday at 11:30 a.m. Mountain, 12:30 a.m. Central. We're going to be talking about Chris Murphy trying to put some stuff in the new defense bill, and we got to urge Kelly Armstrong to vote against that if that amendment is added to that. So keep that in mind. We're going to talk about that on Monday with Jay over at In the Crosshairs.
All right. And, make sure you get all the iHeart stuff there with Guns in the 701. Gentlemen, you have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank
you, Todd.
Now, don't forget what Cheryl said now. She's taught us years ago, toilet paper 1 square at a time, okay?
You know what I'm going to do, Todd?
What's that?
A roll of toilet paper just for her.
Perfect.
You guys have a great weekend. Take Guns in the 701 Fridays here on K-Fire 550. Berkeley Olson of Bismarck 3. Today, Scott Heidel tomorrow rather. Berkeley Olson 3 tomorrow. Sorry about that. Scott Heidel 60. Julie Colby and Minot, not sure.